the best heel in the women's division, a killer on the microphone, the DMD, and quite honestly, man, watching Britt Baker and Ruby go back and forth in this segment tonight, I'm really impressed, man. I know that Ruby's a vet and she's been through it all, but again, Britt Baker brings it on the mic and says some stuff that could pull away, like could really kill someone's pop, could kill someone's momentum. And there seems to be no stopping Ruby. I mean, I think that this woman seems to be willing to take everything that Britt has to say and give it right back at her. I really enjoyed that segment. What was your highlight segment out of the women's segments tonight? Because there was quite a few that we got to see tonight.
It was definitely, yeah, there was quite a few. And, the one that was that quick trios announcement that, you've been salivating for, Jade versus Thunder for many, many weeks. And, we've had some insight too with Mr. Rosa himself joining our show, which we always love having him in the chat for that. Yep. But the segment where we got those quick promos, I mean, all three ladies can cut a mean promo, and it's really, it's such an interesting match because you got this firecracker, driven Thunder Rosa. You have obviously the native beast Nyla, and Jade, the real life superhero.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be a fun blend with a no DQ match that we're going to see on Rampage on Friday. And hopefully this will lead to some side feuds, but man, it's I don't know what to expect, man. Just two powerhouses, and then someone that is a little like Mighty Mouse almost, like just go Thunder with just the full of energy, and she is like pound for pound so strong as well. So I like that little not little, but that segment of the night, and to hype up the match that we're going to get on Friday night for sure.
Love that. And you've talked about it countless times, SPD. Thunder Rosa's offense, when she can go in the ring with somebody who can just take what she's going to get. I mean, because Thunder, you gotta be ready to get in the ring with Thunder. I mean, she really goes out in those offenses. Her strikes are unbelievable. For her to get in the ring against Jade and Nyla, two competitors who could certainly, I think have the power and strength to take everything that Thunder has to give and then get back to her. I think that matchup's going to be a killer on Friday night. Absolutely love it. I was all about Jade versus Thunder as a number one, really determining who the true number one contender is. And when you put the gatekeeper of the women's division in that whole trio, makes a lot of sense. I also like the shades of gray that this feud kind of presents. Thunder as the clear, compelling, fiery babyface that everybody loves. And then Nyla on the opposite end of the spectrum, who's a true beast, true heel, seems to just get pleasure out of hurting people, as she said tonight. And then kind of in the middle, Jade is kind of that neutral, not a bad guy, not a good guy, just kind of a superstar who kind of, I think, that has a really emerging following. I don't think that we've been, since the minute we saw her, we've known that Jade had that star power, but the more that she's on TV, the more opportunity she gets. It's obvious that no matter how she's presented, she's getting that fan base quickly building behind her. She has a lot of support. And so I kind of like that, those shades of gray where you get the good guy, you got the middle of the road, and then you got Nyla. It really works. And I think that trios match is going to be a killer. But to me, when it comes to in-ring action, Serena Deeb and Shida kind of going after her big 50th win, would be the second competitor in AEW to be able to achieve that feat. A huge accomplishment for her. I mean, obviously Jungle Boy getting his accolades, but for Shida to be able to be the first in the women's division to accomplish this. On top of her reign as women's champion, the longest champion in women's division history. I loved seeing this. This was a pleasant surprise. Again, we've had a lot of conversations about Shida on this show. Very, very polarizing topic. But for me, it's never been a question about her talent or whether or not I think that she has the ability to be a top star in the division. I drafted her on my team for a reason. It's always been about her lack of opportunities in the big stage and not having those regular appearances on Dynamite, it doesn't get bigger than this. Going toe to toe, as she said, with the best technical wrestler in the women's division. I don't think that's an overstatement. Serena Deeb. That's going to be a hell of a match, SPD.
I agree. It will be a great time for Shida to return to TV and Deeb to return from injury. And, that instantly elevates the women's division that, we talked about the past few weeks of just, showcasing the depth of it.
Yep.
And, so much depth of it.
Yep.
I mean, we saw, which we'll talk about shortly, the tag match. And then now next week we're seeing Shida, who's been off TV since she lost the belt. And now Deeb returning from injury. Man, that's going to be such a hard fought technical match. And
a great opportunity for Shida, I think, right? I mean, an opportunity for her to get in the ring with someone who, again, we've seen her on Dark regularly, but to get in the ring in a big stage again with someone who we know, I mean, Deeb's going to come out hungry coming back from an injury.
Oh, yeah.
That match is going to be a lot of fun, man. Those two women are going to go at it. And that's a dark horse to steal the show. Because
it's one of the more exciting women's matches I've been looking forward to in recent weeks. Yes, obviously Britt and Ruby, but like in terms of technicality, in-ring stuff, like that feud, Britt and Ruby feud was hyped up so well with the overall dynamics of a build. The promos and the face-to-faces and all that. This has such a little build, but it's so exciting because we know what we're going to get in that 20 by 20 ring.
Well said. Well said.
Yes.
Absolutely.